Hey, good evening, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. I did, and I'm just glad to be back. It feels odd when I have 3 days off in a row and I'm not able to hang out with everybody. But welcome to a special sale and interview and chat event. As you know, we've done many of these with Jiggy and his crew in the past, and we're going to be doing a interview and chat and sale with both Harvey and Robbie today. And so before we get started, a couple things. Of course, this is like a precursor to May the 4th. Obviously we have dueling dealers on that day. So Jiggy wanted to have a special Star Wars art sale and kind of chat. And so we decided to do it tonight. So this is a early bird kind of get together and art sale. So I hope everybody is excited as I am to be going through this tonight. And nice to have everybody in the chat. Even Jiggy's in the chat. Thank you very much. Seeing you there, Jiggy. But Kavi and Mikhail and Michael and everybody, it's always good to have everybody in the chat. Nice to have everybody here early as well. So, I don't want to leave these guys in the green room for too long, but just some notes as far as the sale goes. As you know, throughout these shows that we do, we're going to be showing some art that isn't for sale as well as art that is for sale, and we'll highlight them so you know which ones are not for sale. They're very clear. When they're for sale, there's a lot number on it. Fills the whole screen, and that's how you know it's for sale. And of course, we'll let you know when we're showing those slides that the artwork is for sale before we show it. The other ones aren't kind of in a lot format, so you'll be able to tell the difference. And we're all on screen when we're looking at those as well. The main thing to know that as far as the claim sale goes tonight is all claims will happen in the chat, not via email like I do with my Saturday afternoon shows. This is going to all happen within the chat. So you got to claim it. Got to let everybody know the lot number that you're claiming, and semi-unique numbering on the lots tonight, but we'll go over that as we start the first round of lots for sale. And the only other thing you need to be mindful of is that with every order tonight, the shipping is a flat $50 from the Philippines via international mail. And after the show, if you claimed any artwork, please email Jiggy at nextcomicart@gmail.com. And we'll remind you of this before we get started with the sale, and of course throughout the show and at the end of the show as well. So anybody who claims art knows how to get in touch with Jiggy so that you can arrange for shipping. When you do email him, of course, you're going to want to let him know which artworks you claimed and your mailing address, and that way he can get everything proper and out to you as far as an invoice goes right away. So with that out of the way, let me bring on Jiggy and Robbie and Harvey.
Hey, Bill.
Hi.
How's everybody doing today?
Great.
It's morning there, right? So you guys are just getting started.
9 a.m. in the morning.
Thanks for having us, Bill.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's always fun getting together with you guys. It feels like we haven't seen each other in a long time. I mean, we've been on screen time before, but I think it was gosh, it was in the fall of last year, I think, Harvey.
Last year. That's long ago.
Yeah, and maybe we could even tell Jiggy, we are going to be doing a special sale event during Comic Art Live. We didn't.
Yeah, during CAF.
Yes, I didn't mention it to anybody yet, but on Saturday evening at 9 p.m., we are also going to have several of Jiggy's crew on, and we'll be doing. I mean, how many pieces of artwork do you think you'll have available, Jiggy?
Well, you gave us a limit of 60.
All right, so I think we'll have about 60 pieces of art then. That's good. It'll make for a fun evening. Just something else to add to the weekend's events. So I always like.
It's not from the sound is not from me, by the way. Just wanted to let everyone know.
I'm so sorry. I think it's the background. I am outside.
That sounds like a party at Harvey's house.
I think it's the harvest of the campaign season.
Yes,
it's elections on Monday here, so. There are these local government officials or the local ones trying to get your vote.
I understand. Well, it's election day tomorrow here in the U.S. as well, in most places. So, good. Well, I'm glad to have you here, and I'm glad that we're going to be doing that special sale as well. But tonight, we're here to talk to Robbie and Harvey about their careers in comics and also sell some original art for them. And again, as everybody knows, we kind of stagger the art sales out throughout the show. So, we're showing a little bit of art from their careers, and then we'll show some art for sale. But I think before we get started, Robbie, why don't we start with you? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you want to be a illustrator or comic artist. What kind of pushed you in that genre or direction?
Yeah, sure. Well, some of my most vivid childhood memories included, smelling linseed oil for the first time, watching my dad's friend come visit the house and then draw Batman and Robin on a tissue paper, which, unfortunately I lost some years ago. Chewing on putty eraser, thinking it was gum, gagging after that. So you could say that, it's my one enduring passion, really. One that unfortunately got derailed somewhat when, in my teens, I convinced myself that I wanted to become a doctor. A serious derailment, as it took me all the way to med school and 2 months shy of actually graduating. And well, that's a popcorn story for another time. But I was cleaning my closet some years ago, and in a box filled with school memorabilia and stuff, I came across some of my early drawings and a worn charcoal pencil with my initials on it, and something just clicked, and I said to myself, well, that was my first love, and it would be great to follow through with that. That's the short version of my story, basically.
Well, but yeah, that's a little too short, though. I mean, so there was art going on around you as a youngster. So you had that kind of a background. You had if you had linseed oil around, somebody's doing some oil painting or something along those lines, right?
Correct.
So who was what were the artistic talents around you when you were growing up?
My aside from my dad, he has a brother who's an artist, and my dad drew and owned a printing press when we were small, so I had some experiences based on that, and living in a brick and mortar house, in a brick and mortar printing press. And of course, my brother and we grew up collecting comic books, so that was a big thing.
Who is also an artist?
Who's also an artist, yeah. And since I didn't actually take up fine arts in college because my mind was set on medicine all up to the end of med school, I make it a point to read up on art books and study the masters whenever I can.
Mm-hmm.
So my early influences were Norman Rockwell, because based on my style basically of likenesses and composition. So Rockwell, George Perez, of course, because of my comic book influence, and then Drew Struzan for poster art, and then Alex Ross. So those were the four guys that I actually admired and collected and studied growing up. And then a lot of new ones actually from our local scene, and then a lot of the new artists who are making huge strides in the industry these days. So that's basically how it all started for me. And of course, when I decided to quit medicine, I told myself I have to do this for me, because at the end of the day, that's what made me happy, and it's, I hope, what other people see as well.
So when did you decide to stop the medical side of your future plans and switch to art? How long ago was that?
That was in 2006. That's funny because 2006, Harvey was already drawing Star Wars. So sorry, Harv. That's how long you've been doing it. And so basically, I'm a newbie at this, and I thought to myself, well, it's better late than never. My eldest was 3 years old then, and I thought to myself, if I do this for the rest of my life, at least I have something that he can look back on and remember from my early days. And so far, it's been a blast. Meeting so many people, my idols. That's one of the biggest things. My idols in art, a lot of them I consider my friends already, and my colleagues. Meeting local heroes, Harvey, meeting Jiggy these past few years. It's been a blast.
So 16 years. I mean, that's a long time to kind of go back to the arts and then to get to where you are today. I mean, what are the highs and lows in that 16-year period? I mean, I've assumed, did you kind of go back to any school, education, art education, that sort of thing, or did you just
no art education?
Yep.
Actually, I didn't want to go back to school for it because I'd already started a family, and it would be difficult. So as much as possible, I studied and built my portfolio. For a short period of time, I actually tried my hand at the business process industry over here. Very short period of time, and then I realized that okay, this is not this is not helping at all with my ultimate goal. So I just decided to stop and continue with what I was doing. One thing I learned though is that I really had to build a portfolio. That was the one thing that mattered. And sometimes it can take one drawing, sometimes it can take 100. But for me to get my foot in the door, my portfolio had to be really really out there. And that's what I've been doing these past few years.
So by now you have a pretty darn good portfolio assembled, I imagine. Uh-oh. I think Robbie's...
Oh, no. Yes, he does have an amazing portfolio assembled.
Hello.
Amazing artwork for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Welcome back, Robbie. So, well, that's good. I mean,
sorry.
That's all right. It's probably all those people trying to get votes cast for themselves. They're hogging the internet over there in one fashion or another. So that's good. Well, and you've been on these shows before with us, different ones, of course, and people really do love your work. They love the color pieces, the all pencil pieces. So you definitely got a good following. So I'm glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you very much.
So how about we switch over to Harvey? I mean, clearly now Robbie's given a bit of his backstory already. He was drawing Star Wars by the time 2006 rolled around. So Harvey, how about you? What was your desire to get into illustration and comic book art?
First of all, I'm actually like 100 years old, so Robbie's right. That's really long ago. But yeah, my parents is a group of artists, like even the side of my family's dad. Like I remember that my grandfather was like the first artist for Coca-Cola way back 1950s or 40s or so. So we are in a family of artists, even my dad. But my dad always tell us not to become an artist. He said that it's gonna be the most scariest job you ever had. In a way that being an artist is no one respects you for sure. Way back all those years. And he said like better to be a teacher and a policeman so that everyone will call you sir, like sir major something or madam sir or teacher. And I said like people will respect that than becoming an artist. And you can see in our house we only eat twice than the regular people who eat 3 times a day, because artists are really hard. But I've seen the struggle. I've seen the paint in my house. I can see the acrylic. We collect the enamel and stuff, all this paint. And I wanted to become like him. Like I need to do everything. Like I get his brush running around. And I remember that my dad has this place that he need to lock up and all those sticks so that I cannot go inside and only watching it from there. And as I go along, as we grow up, I discovered that my grandma has been collecting comics for so many years, since the beginning of 1930s and 40s. And the first time I see comics, it's blow my mind. Like, how come this one page with 4 boxes or 5 boxes have so many stories on it? And I asked my grandma, like, who are these guys? How do you call them? And I said, oh, that's the comic artists. He said that was like artists from there, like Alfredo Alcala, Alex Nino, like the old people, legendary. And I said, like, I want to be like them. And I said, like, oh, you need to study. And I can see sack. We didn't have boxes that in our place, in our town. We didn't have boxes. So we have sack, like plastic sack. And all the comic books are all there. Yeah, for the rice. For the rice. So we have like comics, tons of tons, and rats are eating them. Because my grandmother doesn't really know how to take care. She only knows how to read them and explain it to us, like how the story. So from that day, I wanted to be a comic artist. Then my dad said, like, you're gonna shoot the moon for doing this. It's gonna be impossible. There's 0 possibilities where we are. We are in Mindanao. It's the farthest way region in the whole Philippines. But I work hard. I keep building my portfolio and stuff. And I thought comics is in Cebu. So when I go to college, I go to Cebu, and I discovered it wasn't in Cebu. It is in Manila. But it wasn't in Manila. It is in the US or something. I have no idea where comics is. And I met Robbie's brother, John. Roby Amor. Like I'm a big fan of his work. Like I can remember now, very clear how he worked those dinosaur, beautiful woman. Like I want to be like you, man. Like how do I do? Like and I keep building my works every day, every day since that day. And when I got the chance to travel here in Manila to work as a messenger, like buying tickets, getting the housemates and everything for more than 3 years, I got the chance to build my portfolio every night. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, working until 11 in the evening, and I need to build my portfolio in the 3 hours, 11, 12, 1, and 2.
Mhm.
And I can have the sleep for 3 hours every day for the 2.5 years. And it's worth everything. I I I skip my lunch. I need to put the budget on the comic book instead of buying lunch. I
Mhm.
walk instead of riding just to buy the comic book in a place here who sells comics for $1 a comic book. And that's the struggle in all those days. But I never hesitate even a single day not to draw. I draw every day. I draw people around. I draw in buses, on trains. I draw on banks. People thought I am what we call that one. We call it hold upper. What we call hold upper jigs here, a mugger or a
A robber. Yeah, mugger. A
oh,
mugger.
rubber.
A mugger.
Because I
You
draw
were
people.
casing the joints and stuff and drawing people.
Yeah, yeah. So because I draw people, I watch them like very focused and stuff because
Mhm.
I draw them. And I thought I'm a robber because I keep watching them. Like, I draw them. I draw people around, even in banks and stuff. And as I grow my portfolio, I remember I meet Mr. Carlo Pagulayan as the best comic book artist in the world. And when I see his work was so simple. I thought like, are you a comic artist really? That is not how Michael Turner works. I'm a big fan of Michael Turner, Jim Lee, and McFarlane. And I said like, oh, I don't believe. And he showed me the marble paper, and he said like, you draw on scratch paper. I draw on garbage paper. All my portfolio was built on garbage paper, thrown in the school. And I remember he gave me the marble paper, and from that day on, I told myself like, I want to be like this guy. Like I photocopy his paper every day. I sleep with it. I put it in on my bed, like I'm sleeping with Carlos paper, a marble paper for sure. And that day the universe will answer you as you go along. Like opportunities will be there. I met Stephen Segovia, and the first break I have was uh, Robert Jordan Newsprint, and I did like 2 or 3 issues, and the company paid me like one Xbox, and the Xbox was stolen the next day after it came here.
They
Yeah,
paid
it
you with
was
an
stolen.
Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox.
You should
I
have asked them for
remember.
lunch or something at the
Yeah,
very least.
and it was stolen, and I know for sure because I gave it to my brother. I know for sure that it was stolen by their neighbor because there's no Xbox existing in the Philippines that time. There's no Xbox for sure, 100%, and
Then
the
your neighbor
neighbor
had
have
one.
have the new one, the new Xbox, and I cannot tell it that that's the struggle I drove for comics, even though it's for an Xbox, and for sure for me. The value of that Xbox is nothing compared to the work that I do, and the opportunity for Star Wars opened for me back in 2006, and that was the High Republic with Dark Horse Comics, and after so many issues, it opened with the Marvel. I give me the chance to work on Iron Man, and the first time that I work on Star Wars, I showed it to my dad like, look, I you cannot believe that your son worked on Star Wars, and my dad said like, maybe there's no available artist in the world. That's why they get you. It's crazy. Yeah, I was like, no, no. I mean, you're wrong. You're wrong the whole time. I make my dream come true. So when I got the Iron Man project, I ride first class, go back to my hometown and drop the comic book to my in the face of my dad. Like, you still not believe your son have the capability or the chance, and the spelling of the front of the book was my last name was wrong spelled, and he said like, this is not my son. Who is Talibao? You are Tolibao. And I cry, like I call my editor like, man, this is my first job and you misspelled my last name. So
You
so if you're
actually
My
gonna
spelled
dad
it
still
wrong
doesn't think
twice.
I'm a professional.
yeah, yeah. They make it, yeah, it's wrong spelled twice. And beginning that day, I keep proving to him until now. Last January, when I am in my town, I do the Star Wars book 13 in there, and I almost give up. Like I don't want to do it because I'm with my family. All the people are sick, and I don't have the light box. My light box burst like flame in the first day, and I told my dad, and my dad said like, you always have so many reasons not to do it, and he built me a light box in front of my face, taking the window out of the mirror out of the window and make it a light box in front of me. And I said, no, you can draw. When I'm drawing the pages, he said like, your artwork still sucks, like the faces, the eyes, like how come you still have work for them? And I know for sure because I'm a dad now that he always wanted me to improve every day no matter what. Like that's what dad is supposed to be, to challenge their son kids to grow of what they love. It's not that they want you to stop, it's just they wanted you to fight for and believe for the dreams that you keep fighting every day. So yeah, it's my dad is the biggest influence I have in my whole life. So for sure, that's my story. This is my story.
Well, that's we call that tough love around here, but that's good. I mean, he was he was
Exactly.
always pushing you. You know, I think that's it's good to have parents like that. I mean, clearly, you know, even though he seemed to be down on you, he was really actually just pushing you forward with every comment. But he did get you there once the publisher spelled your name wrong. I mean, that's like the worst thing that could possibly happen to anybody professionally, is to have your name get misspelled. And I almost did that, Jiggy. I was typing stuff a little bit too late one night, and I even misspelled Harvey's last name on the graphic that I put together. And fortunately, the moment I created it, Jiggy saw it, and he texted me and let me know so I can fix it. I felt so bad, but it was only up there for about a half hour, so that was good. Less than a half hour, right? See, Jiggy's always on. He's paying attention.
Very precise on time.
Harvey, I think you need to track down that neighbor with your Xbox.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. I think moments like that in your life, like you lose something. Like back in college, I lose all my portfolio. Someone stolen it. I have a talk on my school yesterday, and I met the president, the vice president.
Wait.
And all yesterday, I have a talk in the school yesterday, the live talk. And all the people are listening on NCIT, and I told them like my artwork was stolen here in our school, and I stopped drawing for 2 months, and the school principal told me like, no, it wasn't stolen. The artwork's still in your heart. You can always make something. And I like, oh, like, oh, it blows my mind. Like, oh, I need to draw every day since that day. So yeah, it was amazing. Like reasons like that, like things lost, pens you don't have available, and that may challenge you. Like you need to look the bright side that you're still alive, growing. People loving it, like you, Bill, and Jiggy and Rob, like seeing our artwork was like I told my wife like we are living in the heaven in here in earth, experiencing these comics, movies, and people, beautiful people like you guys, and it's amazing. It's amazing to be a comic artist today.
You're here.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to get to hang out with comic artists and guys like Jiggy and everybody else in the chat, because it makes my day so much easier every day, no matter how rough things might get. To be able to hang out with all of you and everybody in the chat, it's the same way. I mean, I love being a part of this hobby, and I see that same joy in you, Harvey and Robbie and Jiggy as well. So hey, why don't we look at some art, and then we can look at some art for sale. We can kind of move through these things. But Harvey and Robbie, thank you so much for sharing that, because yeah, it's always a good way to get the show started off. I know even Brett says you can make a new portfolio from you can get a new portfolio from any order with Anthony Snyder. Thank you for reminding us of that, Brett. Those actually are going to come in very and play an important role in the show on Wednesday.
Oh,
by
wow.
the way, Anthony's portfolios, yeah, so they're a very integral part to that Star Wars flick that we've put together. So that's the only thing I can tell everybody about it. But so why don't we look at some artwork here? I've got I think we're gonna
Not
look
for
at
sale yet.
let me see here. Got to get my right screen share here. And so the plan tonight, everybody, just so you know, is we're going to show 2 pieces of art from Robbie and 2 pieces of art from Harvey that aren't for sale, that we can just talk a little bit about, and then we're going to show some artworks for sale, and then go back to that same format. So that's kind of the way we're going to move our way through everything today, as far as looking at artwork that you can't buy and looking at artwork that you can. So this, obviously, this format here, when you're looking at it in the photo viewer, these are the artworks that you cannot buy. There is no lot number on them, and so just bear that in mind. We are, but we will be showing a lot of Star Wars artwork tonight. Not all of it, not all of the artwork for sale, by the way, is Star Wars artwork, but a great amount of it is, of the 19 that we have available today. So Robbie, why don't we talk a little bit about this first Mando piece that we're showing on screen?
I actually chose this for Robbie because this was the very, very first commission that was requested from Robbie with Next Comic Art. Love the collector. She asked, I'd like a poster style Mandalorian of Chapter 9, the Marshal. And this is what Robbie came up with, which was amazing. Still one of my favorites from Robbie.
Yeah. So one of my biggest influences is Drew Struzan. And of course, I tried to channel his energy as the best as I could with this one. And this was the Marshal, as Jiggy said. And this was from the first season, I think.
First
season.
episode of the second season.
The second season, right? Yeah. And I wanted to capture the energy of that episode. And so it took me longer to compose this piece than to actually draw it. But I think it was worth it in the end. And well, everybody loves Mando, so I hope the collector is happy with this. And that's it. That's the background behind this one. Before I drew this, I actually watched Drew Struzan's Hellboy tutorial video again, just to get inspired one more time. That was a great video, by the way.
I don't think I've ever seen that. But Robbie, one thing that I think kind of comes through in a lot of your artwork is that movie poster kind of impressive scale that you put into things. I mean, you really got a good eye for that, and following. I mean, if you're a fan of Struzan like you are, I mean, it's no wonder that comes out in your artwork. So anybody that was ever going to commission you, it's wise to say, I want it like that movie poster sort of feel. And this is a great example of your work.
Thanks.
And another one here.
Yeah, Stranger Things, another one of my favorite shows that's going to be releasing, I think, their last season soon. And this is, I think, the latest season, season 4. Another one that I wanted to for the actual, the thrill of it to come across. And of course, one thing that's hard for me is to choose which characters to put on a poster, because sometimes you can't put everybody on it and sacrifice the composition. But in this case, I just wanted to put those characters that mattered to me, and leave everything else to the imagination. In some cases, the collector will insist that they want as many characters as possible, and that's fine. That's cool. But when I do things that are not commissioned, and like this one, for example, I wanted to be sure that I followed my instincts, and hopefully it came out good.
It definitely did. There were some questions from the audience as well about what's the size of the artwork. There was a question about, I guess, more or less on the first piece.
The Marshal was 11 by 14, I believe.
11 by 14, yes.
Yeah.
Jiggy told me a while ago that the collectors actually prefer 11 by 17 because that's the size of the
comic cardboard. Yep.
Artbook, yeah. And I've been looking for paper that size that I prefer, Strathmore, 300 grams, but I couldn't find any. But I'll keep on looking. So in the meantime, these sizes are all 11 by 14 per poster.
Also, Alfredo had a question. So it depends on the number of characters with Robbie. So that's how his rates go. So please hit me up anytime after the show.
There you
I'll
go.
be
I was
happy
going to
to.
say the same thing. It's probably,
Yeah.
or go to nextcomicart.com and you can make an inquiry through there as well. To
Yes.
Jiggy.
Thank you, Alfredo.
All right. So now we're going to look at a couple pieces from Harvey here.
Wow.
From Harvey Tolibao.
That's beautiful, Harves.
That
So
was
this was from What If Civil War.
Civil War, and I think this is the first time that I had the chance to draw like all the characters that I love. But I got the chance to draw Spider-Man, and I'm a big fan uh, I'm a big fan of the Young Avengers way back because I think Jim Chung was the one doing it. Like the covers that he
Yeah.
does are like it's like masterpiece. So when I got the chance to draw this What If Civil War, and I think one who writes for us is Abe Brubaker and Christos Engage, and this is like the moment for me because I have no experience yet. Like this was like 2007, so it's like the year after I had the chance to work on Star Wars, and this is crazy. Like how do you define their characteristic on every image that you think? And I wish I keep this one. I wish I keep this one. I have no knowledge, and I sell it for like the lowest price I've ever imagined in my life to an
Do you
authority.
remember?
I think for like 500 or less.
Pesos?
100. Oh no, it's a dollar, $500.
Okay, I thought it was $10.
And
That's $10.
no, but after a year, someone wanted to buy it for me for like $3,000. Someone offered me like 5,000. Every year it become go up, and but I have no knowledge way back, and I just sold it to the attorney, and I wanted to buy it from him, but he might take a legal issues and everything to me. So like I wanted to buy for like 2,000 because someone's offered me like 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Because all the beautiful characters are all there, like Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man. But this piece give me the open the door for me. I got the chance to draw young Avengers, and because I if you can notice the Hulkling, like I make him shine like same as Wolverine. Like this is my
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Yeah, and it give me the job for the young Avengers, and that's like every piece was really I need to draw it well, like Spider Woman, Sentry, because there might be a chance for me to work on another book or something. And the colors is beyond. Like this was colored by
Jay?
yeah, I think J David Ramos was the one who color this one, and it's so much beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the one thing that I learned in in my journey to the comic book is like do this character like it will be the last day of your life. Like every character, do it like you're gonna die tomorrow. So that's how I learned to live in this comic business. Like if you draw this guy and tomorrow you die, how would you draw him? Like draw everything you can. Like I have so many blood on my fingers just to draw the X-Men Hellbound as it go along.
Mhm.
I never sleep for 2 days just to work on pages and pages. I drink like 7, 8 coffee a day at that time. And seeing my kids, all the blood in his face, because in my mind I see he has an accident, but in reality nothing happened. They're just playing. But in my mind I can see blood, shouting, like everything. But in when I go back to the comic book, it's just me on the page,
Mhm.
nothing happening. So my wife like wanted to put me in the box in here so that I cannot see anyone outside from my because I'm seeing so many things that I've never seen in my
Ah,
life.
wait,
It's great.
Harv, Rachel has a question. If you have
Okay.
any pages left of GI Joe, Rachel, Harvey showed me some GI Joe pages, but he's keeping them in the meantime. But you'll be the first one to know since you asked.
Yeah, but I think I still have that one, the G.I. Joe 255.
Yeah, email me.
Sorry.
Because they're not on the website, right, Jiggy?
Yes.
Yes.
Because Harvey still has that Lady Snake Eyes cover.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. If you can see that page, you can really feel that like it's it's like all my art was like the last art that I have to do in my life. So yeah.
That's passion, Harvs.
And
Oh,
Harvey's known for Psylocke now.
someone mentioned to me that it's not already a fashion; it was obsession. So one of my colleagues tell me like, Harvey, that's not fashion. Like you have blood in your finger, drawing. Like you never care in your life. You never care in your kids, and it's like obsession. That's too much, and I need to sit back. I need to go back. I need to see my family is the most important thing in my life. Oh, this Silak was this the first time that I had that chance to draw her. When I got to work on Iron Man, there is a character there named Tiger who
Mhm.
lives in Madripoor, and I draw her like really a Silak look because because I really wanted to draw Silak. Jim Lee is my god, something like that. So I draw Tiger like Silak, like really Silak. And when they have the chance to look for an artist for Silak, they need to not look anywhere because my Tiger is look like Silak, and they asked me to draw it. And
You were doing a tryout without even knowing it.
yeah, knowing, but intentionally, I think I'm making it work. And until now, it's still the same formula that I know, and I will share a lot to a lot of artists like draw the character that you love, and you will never get tired of it. Because a lot of artists will keep telling me like, Harvey, how can you keep going? Like, who is your favorite character? Of course, I like. They tell me like, I told them no. Every time I have to do that book, that's my favorite one because I need to go in there. I need to
Yeah.
Sure.
live with them.
So right now, Harv, it's what? Star
Right
Wars.
now it's Star Wars, and yeah, I can still see them right now. I can every time I wake up, oh, it's Court, my God, like I can hear his voice, because he doesn't speak. All the language or all the body language and hands, and even I need to show him how he smart he is by he's playing some games in hand the whole time of Star Wars. But that wasn't in the script. But I need to show how smart he is because he's smart. So I live through these guys like every day. You know, like obsession, man. Literally obsession. It's not passion anymore. It's crazy.
Well, listen, why don't we move into the first round of art for sale? And I can answer Rachel's question as well because she's asking what Jiggy's
Oh, I
email
just
is.
replied to her on
Oh,
the chat.
oh,
But
you
yeah,
did? All right. Well, I was going to show the slide again just to
go ahead.
remind
Go ahead.
everybody, that any of the artworks purchased today, there will be a flat $50 shipping. And after the show, if you do claim any artwork from either of these gentlemen, you're going to be emailing Jiggy at nextcomicart@gmail.com. And so that was what Rachel was also wanting to know. And as far as the claim format today, I can move that out of there for the moment. Just to remind everybody how that works. I mean, when you see a piece of artwork that you like, there's going to be a lot number on every artwork. We're actually using a format where it's we have a 1 and a 1A for Robbie, and then we'll have lot 2, which will be Harvey's piece. So it's kind of like 2 and then 1 throughout the 6 rounds that we're going to go through. So with Robbie's, it'll be a 1 or a 1A or a 2 or a 2A. And as far as just how to type it in the chat, just going to type claim and the lot number. So it's lot 1 or it's lot 1A or it's lot 2. That is the method. So just claim it in the chat. All 4 of us are going to be paying attention to the chat while we're showing off the artwork for sale. And first person to claim it will get the honors of buying it. And like I said, after the show, anybody who claims any artwork needs to email Jiggy after this evening. Don't wait till tomorrow. That's the one thing we always ask. Don't delay. Get it done today. So, all right. Well, why don't we go ahead and show the first lot for sale tonight? And again, we're starting off with every round of these will have 2 pieces from Robbie and then 1 from Harvey. So
Good luck, everyone.
So lot number 1 is up. This one's from Robbie, and it's a fantastic illustration. Is this 11 by 14, Jiggy?
Yes. Also poster style from Robbie. So you get Boba Fett, Cad Bane, the Tuscans. Yep. From the desert comes a stranger.
Yes, this is from the from the desert comes the stranger episode of the book of Boba Fett. I would have wanted, more in-depth character arc between them, and hopefully they'll do that if another season happens. I think it was too short. Their their showdown was too short, especially because Cad Bane was introduced already prior in the TV series, and I think this one I wanted to give it a Western feel. So I researched on some spaghetti Western posters, and this was what came out of that composition. And hopefully, it comes across that it's like it has a Western feel, and hopefully you can see that I'm a big fan of both characters. The show, I'd say I enjoyed The Mandalorian better, but of the characters in it, it's pretty cool.
And Justin mentions very good, bad, and ugly. Yeah, it's
Yes,
that's true.
exactly. Justin, that was one of the posters I actually looked at.
Yeah, but classic Clint Eastwood one.
Sierra Leone.
All right. Well, this one's still going to be available. So, and as everybody knows, keep paper and pencil ahead of with you.
Yep.
It always is good to make notes while we go, because you can claim an artwork at any time. There will be a total of 19 artworks for sale tonight, and it's going to go through. Like I said, since we're doing 1As or 1 and 1As, we're basically going to go through lot 13 tonight. So that's how you'll be able to tell when we're getting close to the end. But let's go ahead and show lot 1A. And it's a Sinestro illustration by Robbie.
And this is on sale. Robbie wanted to let go of this really amazing Sinestro from Robbie. 11 by 14.
Yeah, this is one of my first pieces from for next comic art.
That was colored.
Yeah, that was colored. It's been on the website. And Sinestro is one of my favorite villains from the DC universe. Very powerful dude, very charismatic character, very cool history with the Green Lantern Corps. And I wanted to give him the proper tribute that he deserved. So I did this. I had to play around with the colors a bit because it was one of my first colored pieces, but I think it came out cool. I enjoyed doing it a lot. My son especially. He actually posed for this this character portrait, and sorry, that was a truck, and that's the history behind this piece.
I didn't know that trivia bit, Robbie.
My son, he posted. Well, actually, all three of them post for my art, so.
It's good to have reference models in the house.
Yeah, I barge into the room and then just haggle them into posing.
And before we move on from this one, what do you typically use when you're doing a color piece? I mean, as far as the medium.
I use Prismacolor pencils or Faber-Castell pencils.
Got it.
And then I alternate between the two, and sometimes I use brush pens. Depends on how deep I want the colors to be. But basically, watercolor pencils does the trick for me, and I've been playing around with it for a couple of years now, and I think it suits me best.
So, Mr. Red Jack is asking, so does your son get a cut? I think when it sells, he will. So go get that claim.
He gets a tip.
That was a good question.
All right, so on this first one I'm going to show from Harvey, it's actually going to be 2 images. I just wanted everybody to know, and I'll let Jiggy kind of handle the explanation for the artwork while I show the slides. But I want everybody to know that there are 2 pieces. As part of this one.
I just wanted everyone to know that this will be the very first time that we will be offering original pages from Harvey Star Wars High Republic Adventures. Bill, we wanted to make your show a little bit more special, so this is the very first time we're going to offer like the original pages. But for this one, this is the original character designs for one of the characters, and it's the Harvey Spiller, correct? Yeah, so it's there are two pieces here.
First spell.
Both 8.5 by 11. So you get two of Harvey's character designs for this particular lot.
This is the like the original design that was used for the book. I think if you're reading the new book now for the Star Wars or the upcoming book, he has a role in there that was very important, and that's why when I designed him, the influence of having like the Darth Vader feel at the same time, it has the it's the Star Wars characters always very fascinated in a way that you can build anything, but you need to follow the rules of the the feel of the movies and the other comic book and the other series. But at the same time, you need to be unique on your own. It doesn't need to be like, oh, I already seen that character in some other book. So it's tricky in a way. That's why there's like a slim guy and the bigger one. So I love the slim guy because I think he deals a lot of so many things in the book, like stealing all the spaceships and stuff. And that's why when I got the chance to draw on that page, I put the Millennium Falcon in there. Like this guy is the reason why he built all this stuff. He's one of the guy behind the Millennium Falcon spaceship. And I don't think that Disney or Lucas will notice it, but I know for sure they will because they have like so many editors in there. So he has a very important role on books and even in the comic book. So his name is Riz and this is the original sketch that I wanted to share out there. So yeah, I hope he has so many rule in TV series, anime, and stuff for Star Wars, and so that we can see this guy growing up. That's why he has so many. You can see the faces. How was his teeth? Like he was his lips has been taken up for maybe in a battle. But by looking at this one character, you already know that so many things happen to this guy. Like he cannot breathe or something without this equipment. And but
Yep.
he has a unique costume, as you can say. He has the staff something. So yeah, that's how he is. Whisperer is the name of the
Oh, very
character.
nice. And these were on 8.5 by 11.
Oh,
Yes,
8.5 11.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. To answer, Mikhail, yes, these everything here are already approved by Lucasfilm.
Oh, for sure. And I think I don't know if it was announced, but I think it was announced that we're gonna have like the art of Star Wars, and for sure this will be there for sure. Because I
I
everything from me, like
think
all of the
people
stuff.
are taking notes.
Yes.
Yeah, just take note.
I'd like to call it they're pulling off a Marcus. Marcus does that, like likes to see everything first.
All right. Well, let's look at some artwork that's not for sale again, and then we'll go back to looking at artwork that is for sale. So back to Robbie here.
Ah.
Wow.
Tomorrow, the team will watch Doctor Strange here in Manila.
Yeah, I hate it. I
Yeah.
can't join you guys.
Unfortunately, Robbie can't join us.
Yeah, this is an
good.
old piece from the first Doctor Strange movie, I think. And I don't know. I didn't think that this one would come out as nice as it looks now for some reason. But I decided to just color in the face and the background, and his two medallions there on the side. But I think that did the whole thing even
It
more.
works.
Yeah, yeah. And this was done on two-toned Strathmore paper, so it's grayish. That's why you have some volume there on the background. But that's it. That's this one was done I think 3 years ago.
Well, nice approach. I like using a different choice of colored paper a lot of times. And, it adds something special to the pieces.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks.
Ah,
This one was for WandaVision.
when the season ended, we dropped this one.
when the season ended, and another one of my first colored pieces for next comic art. And I also wanted to split it up. Sorry, I'm sorry about the background noise, guys. I wanted to split this up and have Vision colored and Scarlet Witch in black and white. So because the show basically transitioned from a black and white into a colored, and turned into a whole crazy of so many things towards the end. So I wanted to have that come across along with the
Yeah, this one's really nice.
Can't wait for her to appear in Multiverse.
Multiverse.
Well, you're gonna have to wait longer than Jiggy, apparently.
No.
No, very nicely executed, Robbie. Really.
Thanks.
Yeah, and again, it shows your thoughtful approach to putting these together. That's really nice. Let's see. So then back over to Harvey on this one.
So Harvey had like a set of variants. Like this was the very first like Marvel set of variants for Harvey. He did for Heroes for Hire, and this was the first piece that was sold, Harv, right? From the set of 6 Elektra.
Yeah, this it has a story. This one has a very like good and bad story for me. Like I did this beautiful covers for Heroes for Hire. Like this is the only chance that I have to do it, and there's a lot of beautiful things. Like this one has been colored by Maury Hollowell. He's a dream colorist that I wanted to work on. The one who colors Steve McNiven's art, and this is the cover that I can draw Moon Knight, Elektra,
Ghost
and
Rider.
Ghost Rider, like insane character. And one of the site released like one image of this because it's like a very crucial story at that time. And because I'm so excited to post my side, I post everything, like every character, and I almost lost my job because I will never work for Marvel. Like this was like year 2000, I think, 12, 13 or something. Like, oh my god, I'm because they this is supposed to be just a promotion, like nothing important, but because of how I drew it, they become a character itself. They're supposed to kill this character, but it wasn't killed because it was the cover was like I think super nice or something. Like, wow, he's awesome. Never thought Paladin could be this cool. Like they'll become alive as they go along, and it was a mistake because I put everything. Like it's supposed to be kill every one of them. Like I don't know of how and yeah, and from that time, like if you can see last year, I've never posted any art that involved my name in there. Like I only post cover one because it was released after 8 months, so I need to post the cover one.
Mhm.
But I cannot post anything. I don't want to jeopardize like maybe one because I put so much detail in it. Like if you can see the Star Wars, like if I tell you the story of every page, it's blow your mind. Like how I constructed them,
Yeah,
how I
we'll see it
put
after this
inserts and
one,
stuff.
Harv.
And
We'll
it's
show the details
yeah,
soon.
it's crazy. Like I created a character that never existed, and they become a character on the book and something like this Moon Knight was
Yeah, this one's crazy.
like you can see Moon Knight wasn't drawn like this. Like have the Stephen Platt feel because I'm a Stephen Platt fan. So I have always like I want to draw him like have the Stephen Platt dropping from the New York building and stuff. And I draw this building like super so long. And Marvel just sent me all the building in New York. Like we have the technology that can rotate and anything, all the building. But this one I drew it carefully, the window and stuff and like oh why I sacrificed like at the perspective like an insane perspective and this is the only way that I got the chance to draw the cape like like it's still alive like you can feel them like they scrolling you can hear the voice by just watching this by one picture you can know that the cape has a sounds like you can see it and when I'm watching the Moonlight series like oh my god it's like whoa and yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. You can see it's crazy.
Nope, I can hear it. And now that I've seen a bit of Moon Knight, I know it makes that sound. All right, so let's move on to the next set of artworks for sale. We're going to do two by Robbie again, and then one by Harvey. So it's a 2A, and a 3 as far as the rounds go. So let me go ahead and highlight the first one here. And this is lot 3 by Robbie. Cad Bane illustration. This one is $400.
Fully colored.
And then 11 by 14 again, right?
Yes.
Yes. This is I don't know. I find the Cad Bane character, pretty interesting. You can tell. But I wanted to do him in the old poster for the outlaw Josie Wales.
Sure.
Yeah, and that was one of my that's one of my favorite movies. Still is. I watch it at least once a year, and Clint Eastwood was fantastic in that. I wanted to see the second greatest outlaw, the second greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy, dressed as Josie Wales' character, and this is what came off it. It was a little bit of a challenge, but I think just picking the colors. But I think I made the right choices eventually, and this I think the original is even way better than the photo I took. But I hope you like it. It's you can tell I'm a fan of Cad Bane.
The colors are amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. The color choices are great.
So alive, so alive.
This is a fun piece to do. Yeah, exactly. Spaghetti westerns are the best.
I agree. That's what I grew up on. All right. Well, we're gonna see this one, and as everybody knows, we recap everything that doesn't sell at the end of the show as well. So for those who who are on the fence, waiting to see everything that we show off, we will show everything that hasn't sold once after we're all done. So this was lot 3. Next up is lot 3A, and I think there's another one that was it's on sale. Jiggy.
Yep.
Yes, old pieces from I think last year. This one I picked Mark Strong as my without his consent as my model for Boston brand, and I loved Dead Man ever since Neil Adams started drawing him in the 80s. His character, along with Spectre, had such interesting storylines, and I for some reason I gravitated towards those kind of characters more than the traditional DC superheroes. So I wanted to do a tribute.
Claim. Thanks, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe. I wanted to do a tribute for Boston brand, and at the same time give it a little spin. So I ran out of red for this one, but I think it was worth it. So thanks, Gabe. Glad you like it.
Yes, thank you very much, Gabe. We all appreciate that, and everybody's giving Gabe's high fives. And just out of I always should remind people of this before we even get to the sale portion of the shows. But just to be sure that you're live with the programming, if you're on YouTube, there is a live button in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. You can click that, and it'll kind of push you as close to the beginning, as close to being live as you can.
Oh.
And for some people, it also kind of makes sense, Stephen, if you're on your desktop computer, to refresh the browser. That'll also kind of kick you in to be close to live as well. Just when it comes to claim shows and that sort of thing, you always want to be as close to live as possible, as you know, especially when there's two people interested in the same piece. So, all right. So we're going to show our first piece
the big one.
First piece of published artwork from Star Wars here.
So this is officially the very first page to be offered. It's page 1 of issue 2. And look at the detail.
And these are 11 by 17, of course, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. Lovely art.
Yeah, this one, as you can show, like the way the way to tell a Star Wars story is always have to use the materials they have, like the lightsaber. You need to use it for the moment in time. Like in the first panel, you can see that her lightsaber wasn't light up yet, and in the second, that she's like turning into a Jedi, and when the second panel burst it. But in most of the writing was just like he just give me the things that I wanted to do. Like Daniel Jose Older just give me like, hey, just go crazy and how you tell this one. And it always have, as as you can see the sizes, I'm very keen on how the sizes look up. Like you can see the big spider, the background, like it was just told in the comic book that they were surrounded, like all the guys are surrounded, but you can see that in Zine Eyes, the one with the tentacles hair, you can see the worry because she's not a Jedi. She's like a normal. In this time, she's not. We don't know her her
Story.
personality yet. And first, I'll, that confident, the smile, and on his face, like, oh, this is easy to take down because the Nihil, those guys are surrounded, are like the new stormtrooper. And but this one has more freedom. I can put the pace, every design that I want. And you can see the court and the guy who has the all the horns and everything. The most favorite character of the kids around the world has so many horns. Like, why do you love this? Like, even my kid, like, I love Court. Like, Court has something like a kid in him, but you know that, like, oh, this is gonna be a fight. So you need to tell the story from that picture, and by putting this gun, this is like, if you're gonna cut the one frame, like it's a shot from the film. Like if you're gonna go from top, like you can see it's the spider are moving, and so influenced by Will Smith's Wild Wild West for sure. Like you can say like, oh, it's a Wild Wild West influence.
Yeah.
It was really have a very huge impact to me. Like people hate it, and I don't know why. In high school, I memorized the Wow Wow West, Will Smith, just I memorized even the music because I love the movie. And when I'm here in Manila, like everyone hate Will Smith, like why? But still, you can see in my on my artwork the influence, the love, even those grass and things. I love to show it. I love to tell it, and I'm happy that people feel it. Like Star Wars High Republic is the new Hansel and Gretel, the new Cinderella in the States. And I love that one. They read it for the kids before they sleep. And like, wow, it's insane how this book changed my life, and all the people, the fan of the comic book. Kids love it. And they love Court, the one with like look like a devil. So I don't know why. So yeah, anyway, that's it. That's the story.
Well, thank you to Scott for picking that one up. We all appreciate it. And I can tell you there are 4 other published Star Wars pieces coming up as well. So I know that there was a lot of interest in that one. So don't fret. We do have a few other very nice pieces coming up as well. So let's go back to the art here. And Robbie, back to you.
Whoa, wow.
This is an old one. Well, not really old. Last year, I think we did this for
stream.
for
For a
Star
stream.
Wars. Yeah, 1 year ago, right?
No, this was for Nextober.
Oh, sorry.
Next one.
Yeah. Okay. So I think they had a round of perfect casting for when they cast what's her name? Sorry,
Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, and she pulled it off pretty well. Very enlightened character, and I can't wait to see her own show.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. I think they're filming it right now, right, Jakes?
I think it's next year.
Yeah. So
We'll see it next year.
looking forward to that. And I specifically chose the colors, the golden colors for this one to highlight her face
Spot on.
more than anything else.
No, it's beautiful, Robbie. Once again, great use of color, and I agree. She was well cast in that role.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Let me cue up the second one here. Another Star Wars theme.
This one.
My man Kavi has this piece.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, one of my favorite episodes of the series, and of course, Salacious had to be in it. But I wanted to give him his own story. So I specifically had him, ask for Han Solo's uh, carbonite bust and have it displayed in his room so that he could look at it every day and just laugh at it. And that's what came out.
I kind of hear Yoda with a mine, mine, mine.
That is totally fun. And yeah, seeing him in Carbonite like that it's just it's great. And congrats to Kavi, of course, for picking this one up.
Yeah, thanks, Kavi.
Wow.
It is a fun piece.
No, I love this one. It's one of my favorites. Let's see, over to Harvey again. We got a few here.
For the Silver Surfer fans, Harvey did this one with crackle art.
This was Silver Surfer was really a good project, and the only thing I'm doing in the whole like 4 books is Norindrad, the guy who wasn't Silver Surfer yet, but that's like it's like the first when I got the first one to work on Marvel, the Iron Man. I only draw Iron Man in page 31 out of 36 pages. And 31, I draw all Tony Stark the whole time. And I asked Marvel, like, you seen my Star Wars, that's why you give me Iron Man because I'm good at robots, but I'm doing Tony Stark the whole time. But because of the beautiful ladies around him, like the Shield, the Agent of Shield. Oh, I love to shine on them. Like, oh, I need to draw beautiful girls, aka J. Scott Campbell, Adam Hughes feeling on it, Frank Cho, and I need to put it there. The same thing when I was assigned to Silver Surfer. Like, I only draw Silver Surfer every 3 to 5 pages. All the time I need to draw Norindrad. So I need to draw him exactly Norindrad, like a very that can be hurt, like human, like no power, like useless guy. Like you can see him crying. Like this is not that it's not that good. But when he turned into the different part, like the Silver Surfer, man, he can kick
Who has this
everyone.
nerve?
No one. I never sell any of my pages way back. I wanted to keep them. I wanted to bring them when I die, but
I think he's
as I
getting
go
ideas.
along, as I go along, like when I talk with Jiggy, he said, Harvey, you need to show your pages to the world. You need to have them owned by someone who collected. I wanted to keep all my pages. I promised that to myself, and now people never see it. People never know how beautiful everything I put in there when they cannot have the black and white. Like this project was crazy. I only sell the one page who Silver Surfer do like this, like the splash page.
Oh man, that's
Uh,
like the next piece.
because no, because the concept was like this. The guy who bought it is the artist. He's like an artist. He saved money for 5 years, and he tell me like, Harvey, if I die, I need to put thing, I mean a contract or something that this one go back to you. If I'm like he just wanted to borrow this one to put it in.
Mikhail jinxed it.
Yeah, so this is and this one's really, it take me a week to draw this one piece. And Marvel is so strict to make the page every day, like one page, one page. This one make me do a week, like insert like 5 hours, 6 hours every day, 4 hours. If you can see the black and white of this, like this will blow your mind, like really blow your mind. This is the only time I have the chance to draw
Crazy.
Silver Surfer. It's the black and white man is more than the color. It's good, but the black and white is super crazy. I don't know if I can send it. I don't know if I can find it, but this one's crazy.
Just
Tell
like
me
crazy.
later who owns this piece, okay?
Oh, I'm looking for the guy because I remember like I don't know who he is. Like how can I give it to him? Like so, but I think I have his file around. I think for sure. This is the crazy page, man. Like, oh, that is a Silver Surfer. That's a real Silver Surfer for me. This is the guy, like scary. Like he can eat the world by one kick. Like this is the guy. He can kick Superman's ass or something. Like this is the crazy guy.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Jiggy's going to be on a hunt for this page now, right? Right, Jiggy?
Sorry,
Then
sorry, Jiggy.
Mikhail will get the complete issue.
I have everything, like all the page except that one, because the guy is an artist. He's an artist, and I want to give.
Oh.
Yeah, I never released anything except that one. Like people wanted to buy it for so long, and I said no. You're not an artist. You will never feel me. Like the hard work that I spent, because I don't have the idea that collectors love it too. I thought the collectors will just sell it again, like they buy sell. Like I never thought I meet the team like this, like people who buy this artwork from Rob, from all the artists we have, Rian, that they love it because they buy it. Like that's why I was part of this team from Jiggy, because the collectors are the real one. This collector are not just gonna buy and sell. But I know for sure in the longer years,
Harv,
those
sorry, I just
artwork.
wanted to greet
Yeah,
Rian happy birthday.
Happy
Rian
birthday.
celebrated her birthday May 1. So
Oh,
belated happy birthday.
to Rian. All right. Well, why don't we show some more art for sale?
Yeah.
Move on to the third set of artworks for sale. So we've got a couple pieces, of course, from Robbie first. So we'll start there. And this is lot 5, Doc Ock illustration, $350. And again, I'm sure on 11 by 14 as well, Robbie.
Yes. This is 11 by 14. Is Robbie on mute?
Yes, Robbie is on mute, actually.
Sorry. Yes,
That's all right.
11 by 14, and is it on? Are you showing it already?
Yes.
I can't
Yes,
see it.
it's up on the screen.
That's okay.
And I like what Robbie chose. Like, Rob, this was from he wakes up in the hospital. Then no.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith moment. Also, like no.
That's what I was going for. He had a pretty lousy deal with his discovery, and what he got out of it was crazy. So I wanted to show how he decided in that moment to turn to the dark side, so to speak. And Doc Ock is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, so I wanted to give him his due tribute.
Well, you got the likeness down. You got, those. I agree. You nailed it on this one, and he's one of my favorite characters from the films as well. I was glad that they brought him back for the last one. All right. Well, we'll see this one in the recap. I can go ahead and show the next one. The next one, of course, is 5A. And this is a Constantine illustration, and it's
Poster style.
Yep, and it's $350.
Constantine with Keanu Reeves in it. I love that film for some reason. I think he
Thanks, Scott.
did justice to the character. Thanks, Scott. And I wanted to do it in poster style also, because I was on a run then with several movies that I loved from the 80s to the 2000s, and I picked this one because it was superhero slash vigilante, and I was on that theme. And yes, it's one of my favorite superhero films, and this was done on toned paper also, so I got to play around with whites. And that was one of the few movies where I actually loved the character that what's his name? This young actor,
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf played. He was great here.
I wanted to say, Rob, like for years, I didn't know that there was like a post-credit scene in Constantine.
Yes,
I
there
didn't
was.
know.
I don't know why
I'm
they
like,
didn't.
it completely changes the movie.
Yeah. I heard that he's gonna do a sequel.
Huh?
So yeah, so hopefully that's
Is
gonna happen.
Francis Lawrence still
Yeah,
directing?
for more
Apparently,
than
I
so
think he
many
still is.
10
Yeah,
years.
he did two movies that I love. This one and Will Smith's I Legend. I think.
Never late,
All right, well.
Jason.
Yeah.
We were just early.
Yes. Good evening, Jason. Um, all right. Well, thank you, Scott, for picking this one up. So, all right, next up is going to be the One Piece from Harvey, and it is another Star Wars published page. And I'm going
Good
to
luck, guys.
I'll let you guys take this one away. This is $1,200. It's page 2 from that same book.
Master Yoda.
Yeah, that thing is
Is
the line
Harvey
work
on
in this thing
mute?
is beautiful.
I have some story behind this that I don't know if
Thanks,
people will
Kavi.
love it, or no. But this is the piece that it. I was told that the buckets of blood, the guy with the horn in the back was like the doctor. Like he has a lightsaber, but he never kills in his entire life. So it's weird that how can you make a Jedi with a lightsaber that wanted to heal people? How he would fight? As you can see, he wanted only to scare people with lightsaber. He only kick ass, punch them, and everything because they wanted me that people will love him in spite of how his face look like he's the beast, like the beauty and the beast, like Yoda. They wanted me that to make Yoda to be loved by people, like they wanted me to feel like a teenager Yoda, but still like he do his core. And Thornback, who is on the background, it's like the buckets of blood. And I never know his buckets of blood because I never like doing Twitter all the time. So people asking me, man, how insane buckets of blood because he's very famous for Star Wars fan. Like people love him. And I told her like, who is buckets of blood? And people that like, is this really the artist? Like I was interviewed. I was like, I don't know who's buckets of blood. Like I don't know who is the whole time. And I only known him the way I name him. His name is Thornback. Like I don't know why you call him buckets of blood, but he has the story on Twitter like so huge. So
I
yeah,
Bill, I had a conversation with Harvey talking about Yoda, and the challenge was making Master Yoda a little bit younger, since this came in many, many years
Mm-hmm.
before the Battle of Yavin. BBY.
I've drawn this guy for 6 times. Yoda, I've drawn there for 6 times. I need to redraw him, redraw until the Disney and Lucas will feel how he would look like. Like I've redraw him every page so many times. But I love it. I keep loving it. It's a challenge to me. It's like the same my dad would used to tell me, like, your artwork still sucks, then you have still a job. Like, oh, I need to prove to you. I've sent all my siblings to school, to college, and buy you a house and lot, but still you didn't believe me. Like, yeah, by the end of the day, he just having fun with me. Like,
Well, congratulations to Kavi for picking this
Yes.
one up. I know there were a couple, Colin and both Jeff were also interested in it. There's still going to
More
be a few more
pages. Don't worry, guys.
Yep. Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly. I
Kavi.
highlighted the wrong one because I had my cursor, I'm ready to click on Kavi's, and the chat rolled up a couple, and I clicked as soon as it did that, and I highlighted the wrong name. But Kavi did get that piece, so thank you very much, Kavi. And like G just said, I think there's 3 more other published pieces coming up as well. So let's look at some art that isn't for sale again, and starting back over to Robbie here.
Yep, 11 by 14, Batman Returns, the sequel, and 2 of my most favorite actors to play Catwoman and Penguin. I wanted to do this in the style of the previous one that I did for Batman. I'm not so sure if Jig is going to show that, but I wanted it to be minimalist and just to have a direction of flow. So I specifically had Penguin at the bottom open his hypnotic twirly bird umbrella, and then from then on, move all the way up to Batman himself.
Rob,
Um,
when like my godparents were saying, "Oh, there's gonna be a Batman sequel and Penguin's gonna be the bad guy," and they read it on Time magazine or something. There was no internet that time, so okay, he must look like the '66, like the Adam West Penguin. And when I saw the trailer, I was traumatized seeing Danny DeVito because the first one I saw was when he came up from the sewer and there was like
yes,
black blood. Like, what is this? I'm so scared.
Yeah,
it
it was
was
not what anybody expected, I don't think.
exactly. I mean, it threw everyone off. I mean, like what Rick said, he was a penguin's DeVito's penguin was gross, especially when in that scene where he actually ate that piece of fish raw. That was
The
crazy.
worst one was when he bit off that guy's nose. I
Oh
still
yeah,
can't look at that scene until today.
that's fantastic. But to be fair, uh, the 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 effort that Colin Farrell put into his penguin
Oh
in,
yeah.
in the Batman was great too. I enjoyed it. Fantastic.
And Marcus loves the rubber ducky.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this is
here's
the
the
one.
other one, Rob.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. I wanted the sequel to mimic the design of this one, and I still think Michael Keaton played the best Batman ever. You know, in my opinion, and I'm beyond happy that he's reprising it for the Flash, even if it's a little bit older. He'd be fantastic if they did a Batman Beyond series with him in it by himself, and. So I wanted to show just specific uh, flashes of specific images that would encapsulate his whole life and why he decided to do what he does and how hard it was for him and why he keeps at it even if the whole world is against him. So I hope it came across.
It did. It really is beautiful, like all your works, man. This is it's great, and again, I just love the poster style approach that you take to all of these. I mean, it's a talent.
Thank you very much.
All right, over
Oh, a new
to
cover from Harvey.
ah,
This is for 8 billion genies. Harvey, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, I I thought like whose drawing is that in my mind? Like I think I've not like I've never slept like oh my like whose drawing is that? This one was commissioned to me in a London-based shop. They've been the first group of people who sent me the 100 Star Wars number one that I need to sign, and they asked me to do something for this comic book, 8 Billion Genies, and it was crazy like how you interpret for the story that that by seeing this picture, there's so many things happening, but if you follow the pink line that goes along the way, you can see that each one will go past to the person, and you can see how connected they are. And this guy in the center of like so many things will happen, for sure. And I don't know if it's the book was already out or so. I don't want to say something that might ruin the whole story. I'm bad at that. I'm always bad at that. But as you can see to this picture, there's so many things. Like you can see that the guy behind the kid is something related to someone. You can see how the girl is like a rock star feeling, and even the old guy who is by holding the towel, the same logo he has in the shirt, and you can feel that there's so many stories with this one picture. And how come the ship is there, like a pirate ship? Johnny Depp, um, Johnny Depp's Pirates of the Caribbean ship is there or something. Like how come a robot above the ship, and heroes above the robot, and how come can see the horse with wings are flying in the castle. But beyond that, there is a like dragon fight by the Kid Power Ranger in it. So
Yeah,
yeah, this
I want
And
to
the space
read
shuttle.
this book.
Yeah,
Has
so
a very strong Hayao Miyazaki feel.
yeah, so and you can see the car with the mask. I
The
love the mask.
DeLorean. Oh no,
Yeah,
Mask.
the mask.
Yeah,
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 I'm
yeah.
a big fan of mask. Like the sounds, I can hear the music while doing this, and I hope they will not sue me because I'm the one who do. But this is not the mask. It's just the interpretation of it. So yeah, so many stories, so many things to tell in one picture. And yeah, I'm happy that the color is so make it better. I think without the colorist interpretation, this artwork, my dad will tell like it sucks. The same thing. The color makes your work
So
beautiful.
your father would say the colorist saved you on this piece.
Oh yeah, because my brother's all the one who color or my cover from Star Wars 1 to 13. And
Mhm.
they always say to me like, if your brother is not coloring, I think your work will just lost in the woods. So
Oh
I need to do
man.
good. I need to do good, better every day.
Right. Well, and then when you're not in the room, he goes to the brother and says, if your brother wasn't drawing these great pictures for you, you'd be a terrible colorist, right?
No, he loves my brother so much. Like everything he does with one
Yeah, yeah.
stroke, even the hair, like the hair is so beautiful. Color, like I did that hair too. That's my artwork behind that color. So, but he always
Uh,
challenged me, and I think as I have my big interview yesterday, the president of our school said like I think your dad just wanted you to put in the ground no matter where you are. He wanted you to know where you came from. He wanted you to know that you're still human, the same as we are. That you need to stay patient, humble, and everything. So I think, yeah, I understand as I grow up. So my dad, I love that my dad doing that. It's the best thing.
thanks for the tips, Mike. My buddy Mike is watching also.
Gave the overview on the story.
Yeah.
And just one last piece here from Green Arrow by Harvey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this Green Arrow. I think I lost everything because
DC got the name right.
because of my I've so many. I think I this the Green Arrow teach me my whole life that you need to follow the books, you need to follow the writing, you need to follow the script. Because
Mhm.
I so go crazy. The if you can see the black and white in this, man, it's so much, like it's so much in it. And
Is
sometimes
it still with
I
you?
yeah, I think I have all the Green Arrow. I keep it.
What about Psylocke, Harv?
Oh, the Psylocke was out in the world. Like I only have like 60% of the pages.
Oh, so you still have.
Very
So there
few,
you,
like 5, 6. It's very
Jason is
few.
listening now.
There you go, Jason.
It's Green Arrow. Like I designed a lot for Green Arrow for this book. I designed the guns. I designed so many things. The arrow itself has a character, and that's why when we draw the DC-52 and the 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 arrow for Hawkeye came out, it's like, oh, that's my idea, but it's already happening so many years ago. It's just that I was so into Green Arrow when I was working with it. Like I've done so many things that he hasn't. Right now, I'm still like, oh, that's Green Arrow. That's my son. Like, I named my son after him, Oliver Zachary.
Ollie.
Oliver.
Very good.
Love
That's
that.
all.
All right, we're gonna
Next.
switch. Yeah, we're gonna switch over to some art for sale, and of course we'll have a couple from Robbie and then one from Harvey as well. And so let's see, we are on lot 7 here. So let me go ahead and pull up the first one. And this is
Rogue One.
for
What is it?
$600.
For some
This
reason, I'm not seeing anything, but it's okay. It's Rogue One.
Yeah, it's the Rogue One illustration. Yep, lot 7 at $600.
Okay. Top
If it's
three.
there, Rob, you can show it.
No, it's okay. I know what it is. Top 3 Star Wars films for me: Empire Strikes Back, this one, and A New Hope. And I wanted to. It can stand alone, basically, on itself. No need for anything else in the canon. And I like that it's a standalone story. I loved how they built up the characters, and one by one, they all died in the end. Spoiler, sorry. I love that they're doing a series on Cassian Andor, and I can't wait for that one. So this was a no-brainer for me. Basically, I wanted to do Rogue One for some time. I'm probably going to do one eventually in color. That will be a bigger piece. But this one I wanted to do for Star Wars Day, no question. So I hope you like it. Hope it comes across.
Rob, Jeff has a question. Was this done on tone paper?
Yes, this was also done on toned paper and toned blue, I think, Strathmore. So there's a period where I actually like doing where I like drawing on toned paper better than in white, and usually it's after I go through a couple of books by Drew Struzan, because he does a lot on gray toned paper or blue paper. So this was done on toned paper. Yeah.
Very, very nice. And so this one we'll show this one in the recap again. This is lot 7. We're going to show lot 7A next. And there is that one. We were speaking about Iron Man earlier and Tony Stark. So this is a Tony Stark and Iron Man illustration.
Tony Stark. This was done together with the other superhero / vigilante series. I wanted to keep the design minimal, just like the others, and I wanted to focus more on his background. So as you can see, there's not much of the actual Iron Man in costume, but basically I wanted to let the story speak for itself and see how that came across. So it's still also the favorite of the whole Iron Man series for me, and
Definitely.
yeah, and broke my heart when he died in Endgame. Really, I mean, I cry every time I watch that movie for some reason. It's great. It's a fantastic superhero film, regardless of what Martin Scorsese or other directors say. You can love. I mean, you can love superhero films and other films at the same time. This was great. This is a great film, and so that's the background for this one.
No, it was, and it was really kind of kicked off everybody's interest in the Marvel movies, right? So, I mean, if it wasn't for this one, and if it wasn't for Downey Jr., who knows what we would have gotten out of the Marvel universe?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you on that. So, all right, well, this one we'll show this one in the recap as well. So, next up is going to be another Star Wars published piece from Harvey, and this is going to be Lot 8. And a little bit of Yoda action on this one in that first panel. So this is page 6. It's lot 8. It is $1,500.
Yoda slicing.
Yeah, that's a clean cut there.
Yeah, I think I remember this one. Like, this because this is the first Yoda action need to do it in the book, and for me, and I was thought like the scene for this, like someone throw like a giant metal ball with all the guys, with all these Jedi, and Jedi can sense anything, like anything can happen. But when the first panel was happening, like before they can react, Yoda is already cut the pieces into half. Like that's how he was so cool, and I think um, when he landed and stand, the words that came in his mouth was still like a young kid. As like, oh, like, you guys, are you okay? Like something like that. It was something like a Yoda personality that the badass happened in the 3 panel, and in 1 panel, he's just like a kid. Like, hey, can I borrow that BB Figgy you had? Like something like that. Like, wow, it's still a Yoda. It's still a soul. And I remember that when the idea when Daniel proposed to me, like, Harvey, what if Yoda used to make cakes, like cupcakes and stuff, Like, is it like we go like, yeah, let's do it. Like Yoda never cooked, but he's like thousands, hundreds years old. I think cake is easy for him to do. So it's really, there's always need to have fun. There's always need a story behind. Like you can see the kid on the fourth panel, like, hey, you can have my piggy now, bring it. But that piggy is a badass. It can eat a one whole stormtrooper or a nihil figure with just one mouth. So like you need to show the soap, the core of these pages, and like the gestures of Lula on the last page, like I need to take care of these people. They're doing so many things on this planet. They're making this planet like really bad. So you can see that she's tough. At the same time, you can see that Pastor Thornback, the buckets of blood is there as like, okay, you have it your way, like, and you can see that that scene is there, like, hey, bye bye, Piggy, and like you need to tell that story in that one picture by just looking at this and
Yes.
without words. Yeah, like so many things happen, like oh or something. You need to hear the voice, you need to hear it explode, you need to hear the lights, wow, wow. You need to hear it by doing it, like love
It's a
and
really nice,
focus.
cool action page.
It
Crazy,
is.
crazy page. My hair, my back, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's my work. I don't know, like why,
Well,
like
it's
I
like
become a
Moon Knightscape earlier. You're looking for the you want to get everything. You want the sound effects in there. You want the story to come across.
I love it.
sorry.
I love how Harvey explains everything. Complete, complete with sound effects.
All right, we're gonna look at some more artwork that isn't for sale. That one will be in the recap as well. So let's go over to a couple more pieces here.
Ah, Bill the Butcher.
That is the Butcher.
Yeah, this was an old commission from a friend in the States who wanted to gift it to his boss, who was a big fan of Daniel Day-Lewis's character in Gangs of New York. So I wanted him draped by the American flag, and then at the same time showing, just having cut up some meat to give it a little bit of grit. And this took some time looking for reference photographs, actually, because this didn't have a reference photo. So I had to put it together and reference draped flags and pose and stuff. But I also specifically wanted to just color in the blood and the flag to make it a little bit different. And I'm glad that the my friend, the collector, loved it, and that his boss actually sent me a note to say how he appreciated getting this one as a gift. So I'm glad. I'm glad how it turned out.
Well, this is one of my favorite films as well. So this is a fantastic image.
Thanks.
And let's see the other one. Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
This was the second commission,
This
Rob,
was.
if you remember.
Oh yeah, right. This was Empire. I'm sorry, Return of the Jedi, and I wanted to use a not often used image of Luke on this one, so I had to look it up, and it's hard to encapsulate a movie with so many great characters in just one poster, so I had to choose. As you can see with my other pieces, also it's they don't show everyone that's in the movie or all the best characters in the movie, but in this case, I wanted to show, of course, Luke, and I wanted to put in Leia and Han for sure because of their pivotal role in that last movie, and uh, basically to show everything from the standpoint of the ground, and with a very just no sign of the Emperor at all, except for Darth, and just a smidgen of the Death Star in the background. One of the compositions that I loved, also, by the way, I loved putting this together, and it took me longer again to put it together than to draw it, but I think it did its job. I hope.
I think it did as well. No, it's fantastic. And again, just that it's that poster style coming through on this one as well. And like what Rick just said, you are a talent, Robbie. Phew.
Thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate it.
All right. No, this is
Not for sale.
not for sale. Not for sale, Jason. This is Psylocke.
Beautiful.
This wasn't on me. I think this was in I think this was in Paul Neri's part. Paul Neri is the one who inked this issue for sure. I think Paul Neri. Um, I have the honor to work with him because Paul Neri inked Brian Hitch, and I was asked when working with this with Joe Misadas like Harvey, who I wanted to ink my work on Silac, and I asked like for Paul Neri, and I got my wish granted. And you can see the guy on the ground. That is my best friend from Dubai. His name is JR, and I promised him if I got the chance to work on like bad guys. But this guy is a good guy in real life. But I want him to be the bad guys on this shot.
Jason,
And
you should
I
email
put him
Paul
there.
Neary.
Yeah, I put him there, and I make him wearing the shirt, the name of my grandmother, and his name is there, JR, but he's wearing the brand of my grandmother, Benet, and he have the happy. It's a secret spa here in the Philippines with the number and stuff. And yeah, I put everything, the character of the guy, and in this one image. And even though if you can see all my pages, a lot of them are my friends. A lot of them are like Stephen Segovia, Jason Pass, Carlo Pagolayan. Always put them in there because these people are like my friend and my influence in the big part of my life. And this one have the feeling of like Kill Bill. I see like kicking ass all the guys, all the Yakuza clan and everything. And yeah, it's I remember it like yesterday, like I still doing it. And the first time I express Silac passion and love through the ribbon. You can see the ribbon, the pink ribbon was still so long. Like if you fight, the ribbon will have a plow. You can see the ribbon. This the guy who was been kicked in the face. The ribbon was all there. Like it commotion was there. Like "Bah, bah, bah, bah." You can see that "Bah, bah, bah, bah." The ribbon goes to the background as the guy was attacking him, and so on and so forth. It continues to make the flow of your eye in like reading the comic book without words or something. And a lot of them like shooting stars and stuff, and you can see that Silac was passionately fighting without like no effort at all, using his magic and stuff. So yeah, like I remember this page like I did it like a while ago. Like it's crazy that it was like more than 10, 12, 15 years. So yeah, you can hear the clang, clang, clang. That's what I love on Silac. I love Asian movies. I love Jet Li. I love Jackie Chan. I love Michelle Yeoh. So when you watch Silac, there's a Michelle Yeoh on it.
Crouching
So
Tiger.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So it's crazy. This is a crazy, crazy project. I love it. I love it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I can hear the voice. Sorry.
Well, we're just making Jason upset because we don't have any Psylocke artwork tonight. But we got a few more artworks to show for sale. So we got 3 more pieces here, and I believe we've got I think we have 7 more total to sell. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we got next around lot 8. So sorry, let me get a couple slides.
I wonder why Robbie can't see it. Lot 8 is.
Or no, we're going to lot 9. I'm sorry. Yes, lot 9. Yep. Nope. I'm kind of moving around on my slides here. Here we go. Lot 9 is the Hellboy illustration by Robbie. And
I can see it. Thanks.
All right.
Yes. Hellboy. Another one of my favorites, especially because it's Ron Perlman. I loved that he did both, and he just said that he's too old to do another one. I follow him on Instagram, and but the first two ones with Guillermo del Toro directing were fantastic, and I wanted to do a quick tribute piece. So I put in the logo as well because I loved how his logo looks, and I wanted to put in, of course, John Hurt's character, and that was a fun film for me, and because I watched Drew Struzan's video on how he made the actual poster of the movie, it gave it more meaning. So hopefully I do a full color just to tribute to Struzan. But this was a fun.
Oh, it looks like Robbie's a little up there.
Yeah, I asked Robbie to do the logo, the lettering, to add more to the piece, and he did a great job with the logo here. Really cool with the BPRD logo at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Did we
Yeah, I
lose
guess
Bill?
what's no, I'm here. I was
Okay.
nope, I was looking at something else. But yes, the I saw Robbie looked a little froze there. But no, so another great image. And this one's lot 9, 375 on 11 by 14. So next up, this could be a little different piece. Let me cue up 9A here. And it's a color Spider-Man illustration by Robbie. And this one is for $450.
Yeah, I wanted to do a close up, and I thought the best one to start doing a close up on was our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, specifically because I just finished watching his latest outing before this one, and yeah, the title, I think Jiggy titled this one "Thwip," so I think that's apt, and I love doing Spider-Man in color, and my son again actually thought that it would be good to do him with a little bit of the webbing showing, to give an idea that somebody was taking his picture up close, and so this is what turned out.
Oh, very, very nice. Right size eyes on this one. It looks great.
Yeah, one of the first few comic books that I collected growing up were Spider-Man comics.
Well, and so first it was the Doc Ock, and now you get a color Spider-Man.
So alive.
Yeah, it's and again, this is all in pencils, correct?
Yes, this is watercolor pencils and a little bit of brush pens, but mostly watercolor pencils.
Yeah, it's
Great stuff.
Yeah, beautiful effect on there. I mean, when you look at it, you almost think it is, all watercolor. But no, it's amazing. Really nice. So, all right. Well, this one will be available. We'll show it in the recap before we close things out tonight. We're going to go to another Star Wars piece from Harvey. And
The DPS for tonight.
yeah, I was going to say, this is a DPS. So I've actually made a second slide without the text on it, but I'll show the first slide with the price and lot number, of course. So this is lot 10. Price on this one is $2,500. This is from the same book we've been selling other artwork for, and it's DPS pages 8 and 9. And just
You get everyone here.
stunning
Yeah.
amount of work on this one.
You
There
get
you
the
go.
villain.
How every character catches the bullet, the laser bullet.
Nice.
Yeah, you can.
You got it, Jeff.
You know that Lula is saving all his friend and back by just catching all those bullet and slicing every gun that face to the team. And because Zin has no power yet, she is not a Jedi. She has no lightsaber and stuff, but she's still willing to fight along with all the team because of his friendship. And down there you can see a court who is again like for me, Court is like the kid Wolverine on the team. Like he's not afraid of anything, and this is where you can see the buckets of blood. Like he keep telling, I don't want to hurt you guys, like I'm a Jedi, but I'm a medical clerk or something. I just want to punch you, but at the same time he punch the, it needs to have the funny feeling. Like when he punched the guy, it has a star on his head, and while he's punching the other guy, he kick on the crotch. So this was like you need to really feel that it's a Star Wars comic book. And yeah, and Yoda is there, and it's the first time that I draw the whole
Martian Row.
March and Row. Like this is so much things are happening in this place. Like if you can see the faces, even though there are masks, the nihil, you can see the expression when he's looking at this guy on the right bottom. You can see like, are we really
Yeah.
doing this? Like there, that's the only eye. It's just black and white. But
Harv,
yeah,
this one's crazy. Like this is a crazy DPS. And thank you very much, Harv. This is Jeff Wedding's very first DPS.
oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah, great pickup,
Yes.
Jeff. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna fix the thing here. There we go. But yeah, I should mention too, Jeff has actually given me a piece of art to give away on the CAF update on Thursday. I wasn't quite sure when the right moment was going to be to announce that, but so on Thursday evening, we'll be running through everything CAF related, of course. But I'll have Jeff on and a guest, and we will be giving away a piece of Star Wars art. So,
Wow.
and he'll be doing the same thing on Nick's show on Friday. So yes, congratulations, Jeff. That's a fantastic pickup. I wish I was able to like zoom in on that one, but with those kinds of slides, I can't show all the detail. But super detailed piece by Harvey. So
I love
congratulations.
Marcus's comment.
Oh.
It's spot on.
I wasn't looking at that. Where is Marcus?
Out of 8 billion wishes, Jeff
Jeff
got.
got it. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Marcus. All right, well, let's look at a few more pieces of artwork that aren't for sale, and then we'll look at the last set of artworks that are, and then we'll do a recap. So here, let me get the other shared screen here. So here we go. Nice.
This is my piece. I asked this from Robbie.
Oh, now you're showing off, Jiggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mando, before he got all his new stuff on.
Yeah, I really like that first one, Rob. Like without the best car.
Mhm.
So I requested for this one in particular.
Yeah, this took some color picking, but I enjoyed doing this, and it gave me a little bit a little bit of a chance to stretch my coloring a bit, because with the best car, your color palette is a little more limited, whereas with this one, I enjoyed putting in the details, and I'm glad that Jiggy got this actually, because I wanted this to have a good home, and I'm sure Jiggy's taste in art is unsurpassed. So I'm glad it's with him.
Well, congratulations, Jiggy. I haven't been able to say that
No,
before.
I uploaded this on my calf bill.
Oh, I know. No, I'm congratulating you to have that. You've got this in your collection. I think that's
I
fantastic.
commissioned it. I asked Robbie, I need a colored Mandalorian from you. So this is what he gave me.
Well, it's amazing, and I'm glad you shared it on CAF. Everybody should share all their art pickups on CAF. Let me see. We got here we go. Another Doc Ock.
Mikhail has this
Spider-Man.
one.
Oh,
Yeah. Another.
I thought it looked familiar.
This was yes. This was. Did we do this on the show?
No,
before?
I've seen it.
Okay.
This was dropped and Mikhail went for it.
Oh yeah, right. So Otto Octavius, he did a pretty good job with the original Spider-Man, and his reappearance in No Way Home was fantastic too. So I wanted to do a tribute piece to him, and I think I specifically did did chose the glows to come across, because I wanted to. The only thing that was in my mind when I did this piece was the power of the sun, the palm
Yes.
of your hand.
Yes.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he was overconfident, I think.
Yeah.
His ability to control that. Yeah, but this is beautiful, and it's great that it's in ML's collection, right? And okay, over to Harvey here.
Yeah, this is the issue 1 cover.
This is the unused cover. This
Unused,
is the,
yeah.
this is the first one that I did for Star Wars when they asked me to do the cover, and I wasn't supposed to do any cover for Star Wars because they have a lot of artists that's been assigned for them, and I did a lot of studies. I pursue like I can do it for free. I don't care if you put it in the back of the comic book, but I really wanted to do something for the book that I've been involved to, and this is the first one where the story was like you can see that they captured a nihil like speeder like in the new cover that I need to redraw everything and reconceptualize everything. They need to write on a Jedi speeder. This one has a story that they fight before they get this one. This one's like they capture this ship. They were running away from all the nihil guys that's been fighting them, and the first time that the lightsaber lit up in Lula's face, it it gives her the amazement. Like it's a lightsaber, like wow, you can really hear it
Nice.
there, like zoom, like can hear, and the guys, his two best friends, driving the ship because they need to be captured. And after the work was done, and they said like, oh, the Lucas didn't approve it. You need to redraw it and propose to us another cover. That's why I make those 16 studies just for them to know that this is special. I don't care if I need to do it 100 times, but I really wanted to be part of this history of,
Mhm.
of our I mean of our universe, the Star Wars universe. And yeah, and I think, and this one is a court, like he's the Wolverine, the badass guy, but he's friendly. He speak the language that even us doesn't understand.
How
And
do you
like,
understand it, Harv, though? Like in the comics, like what is he saying?
oh, I don't. I just feel them. Like, what if I'm caught? What will I do?
Mm.
If this the situation. Like, I always see my kid. Like, Court is Zod. I always do Zod. Like, he's tough. He wanted to fight his brother, but in the end, he loved him. Like, he loved him the best of his life. Like, that is Court. That is my Court. Then he has like all the bandage of his body because he has a story to tell. But as you can see, even the shoes was designed to actually show him, and it's the thing that really still amazed me until this day. He is like a bad example with all the horns and stuff. But every time I show to kids the Star Wars, they love him. That's why I don't know what did I do with him. What did I work with this guy that people love him. He's the kid of maybe it shows it. It shows the like he would die for all his family and friends. That's the lightning. That's the power of Dark Sidious in there. For me, like he's fighting Dark Sidious alone, just to save guys. And the lightsaber design, you can see the flickering is almost the same as his character. Like you
Mhm.
can see the sword, like woof, like
Yeah.
lightsaber wasn't that that way, but I need to make the character of lightsaber expresses the way the character was drawn. Like he needs to, like they are one. The lightsaber and the character is one. So that's why it is. I don't know. Like I love him. Like and it was revealed in the next cover of what his face looked like and stuff. And yeah, it's 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 lovely to know. I can hear his voice now, like now, 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 like I will kill all of you just to save the galaxy. And it's like I don't know how, why. So, but my brother has a huge impact on every cover that I do. Like my
Is that
brother,
Zod?
yeah, that's court. That's court out there. So that's ah, you say hi to you, so you say hi. Yeah, that's court for me. That's court.
No, it's makes I've got to go out and read some Star Wars now. I'm a little bit behind, so I'm missing out. But clearly, so we have 4 more artworks to look at for sale. There'll be 2 from Robbie, and then 1 from Harvey, and then 1 more from Robbie. We're just going to look at those 4 in a row, and then we'll recap everything. So that's where we're at as far as the show goes. We're done showing art.
Bill, sorry. Knights of Old.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Harvey has a very special piece. I think it was posted on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. But if you DM me on Instagram at Next Comic Art, I'll show you. Like Harvey did this really awesome piece that featured Japanese IPs.
Oh, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next lot. This is going to be lot 11, and it's from Robbie, and entitled "Like My Father Before Me." Just absolutely gorgeous. So this is lot 11. It's $700,
fully colored,
and this is on tone paper as well.
Rob.
Oh, Rob's on mute. Yep.
Sorry. Yes, it's on tone paper. Yeah, it is. I actually started this piece the other year.
Huh?
And yeah, the other year I put it in my portfolio because I didn't, I wasn't inspired enough to continue it. And then suddenly this came up, and I wanted my first piece for Star Wars Day to be the father and son dynamic between Luke and Anakin.
Vader.
Yeah. So
I think he's got a little internet glitch there,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's well, I'm glad he went back to rework this one for us today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. All right.
We lost you a bit, Rob.
Oh no, he's still freezing up. How come when it's Robbie's time to shine, we've got the internet is not?
I know, right?
But
That sucks.
yeah, but no, again, great piece, of course, by Robbie on this one. Yeah, I think he might be locked up again.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm not so sure what's happening to my.
Yep.
It's all that voting going on.
Wonky. Yeah. So stressed.
Yeah.
But so this one is going to be out there, 11. I'm going to show you lot 11A next. And let me switch over to that one. So 11A is $600, 11 by 14 again. Empire Strikes Back imagery here.
For all you ESB fans, you got Luke, you get Vader, you get Han and Leia's flirty scene, Master Yoda, Boba Fett, Cloud City, and the AT-ATs.
Oh.
Rick, these are the prices because some have been what do you call this, on sale, but these are new ones and these are the prices.
Correct.
Yeah.
We this isn't like Dueling Dealers or shows where there's potential to make offers. These are listed prices, and like Jiggy said, if things don't sell, they'll end up on the website, and probably in the near future. But a lot of these are first time opportunities for everybody. So the price is the price as listed. And 11 by 14 on this one as well.
Yes.
All right, and Robbie did drop out. I'm sure he might be rebooting or something to fix his
He'll
connection.
be back.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so this one is out there as well, 11 and 11A, and we'll recap these as we come back. So next up is the last piece by Harvey,
and it's a cover.
And it is a cover. And let me go ahead and load this one up for everybody to have a gander at. This is lot 12. It is the cover to Star Wars High Republic Adventure #2. Price on this one is $4,000. I would imagine, of course, that it's on 11 by 17. And Harvey and Jiggy, what would you like to tell us about this?
Harv, go. It's your piece.
Yeah. This was the first image for this was like the whole study of the whole book. Like I need to propose for them to what what would be the Star Wars whole feeling. Like, you can see the background has the feeling of like a Mobius, Travis Charest. Like this is what I wanted every time I see a Star Wars book, and this was because this was need to go first before I have to start all the whole book. This one need to go first, like the study of this, and when they see it, like Harvey, we feel the Star Wars, and they ask me like we need to work on it to be the cover for book 2. I was like, wow, it's insane. It's the study. Then I need to do it. And they keep zooming it as we go along. Like, Harvey, do you want to have to go zoom? Like, the details on the feet, the details on the background, and they go zooming and zooming until the final cover was just the face of Lula and with the lightsaber. I was like, it never give justice. I was so I reacted myself, and when I review the whole book, and the sense of the book is not about who am I that drawing this. It's who the character is. I always forget that thing, that what I'm doing is to give life the character, not me, not the artist love of this is supposed to be the cover. No, it's supposed to be what the character is, and they go zooming in the final cover. I think you can search it online. That the cover was really like zoom in, and I always tell people, like, people never see the beauty behind it, the love and care of this robot on her feet. It's an android robot that she fight. Like, they never seen it. And but by the end of the day, this is special. You guys have the first one to look of what is the whole cover and story behind. So yeah, it's the first Jedi's uh, introduction to the world of the High Republic adventures. So this is Lula, and thank you so much,
Scott.
Scott. I think Scott. Thank you so much, Scott, and I hope when you get the original man and you know how what I'm saying. This is not just me. I'm exaggerating everything. This is me putting all the love on that piece. Like, you can see the if you notice my artwork, there's always like a WZ, like below the emblem of her feet. There's like a WZ emblem. That's the name of my two sons, Wayne
Wayne
and
and
Zod.
Zod.
Yeah, so if you can see, like, oh, where's Harvey's signature? And I keep putting it there so that in the history of mankind, like, if we pass after 100, 200 years, and the love and legacy that I put on every piece will be there along the history of Star Wars. And
Part of it sucks that they cropped the cover. Like they should
no,
have
no,
shown.
no. That's what I said. It
Yeah,
sucks that they that
that's what I
they
want to reiterate.
yeah, that's also what I said. But in the end of the day, it's not me. It's the character.
Yeah,
She needs to shine in her own way, and I respect them like 100%. And like, yeah, but right now it's Give Justice. You guys have the amazing day to witness the real image of the cover number 2, the real Lula. So thank you, Scott. Thank you, Edwin Covey, for like, there's like a second, like very millisecond in there. And
Yeah.
thank you for you guys for buying my work. It's like believing on me of what I
was it
say. What
typing lot? That sorry, Kavi. Like I feel bad, but maybe you can just type in the number after, like claim number.
Scott's internet's just a little bit rough tonight, but I'll tell you, Harvey, I appreciate the fact that you debuted the artwork tonight on our show as well. You know, where everybody can see the cover and its true beauty. So I appreciate that, as I'm sure all of
We
our
love you, Bill.
hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for guys like you, supporting the show and doing these things. So I appreciate it. We do have one other artwork we need to show tonight, and this one's from Robbie as well. And
Is Robbie back?
yes, Robbie is back. He's on mute at the moment, but yeah, he popped back in, and he hasn't froze once. So I've been watching his camera. So let's go ahead and we'll switch to the final piece tonight. This is lot 13.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with my internet today.
No problem.
Yeah, Yoda. I did this, and because I love the Empire Strikes Back, the section of him and Luke, and him teaching Luke and telling him that that do or do not. There's no try, And my son came to the room and said that, well, Dad, how come nobody ever sees the force? And so he said, why don't you draw the force and see what it looks like? And so I put in what I think is the force, and this is what came out of it. Um, this is one of the best scenes I think from the movie, and I enjoyed drawing this piece and adding color to it too.
No, so I would say that's a proper rendition of the force there.
The size is the same for everything else, Marcus. 11 by
11 by
14.
14.
Yeah.
And Knights of Old, it's at Next Comic Art.
Oh, for the Instagram account?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was going to
So
highlight that
Gabe
one.
and Marcus, it's 11 by 14.
The colors are amazing on this one. And you're
Yeah,
right. I mean, it is
the
like the
X-Wing.
classic moment from the movie.
X-Wing, man.
Yeah, pulling him out of the swamp was a tough act. I think he got drained after doing that, but it was worth it.
Sorry,
Yeah, exactly, Jeff.
Yep, the force is what gives a Jedi his power. Yep, that is right. That is exactly right.
It surrounds us.
Penetrates us.
All right. Well, we will see this one again as we recap everything. But this is a beauty, Robbie. I mean, this is I love the color choices in this one. The purples in Yoda's robe. I mean, man. I mean, again, very, very creative color choices on this, and it works really well.
And if you'd like a Robbie commission, just send me an email.
All right, so let me hide this one, and what we'll do is we'll just go back and recap everything we've already looked at.
Bill, sorry, before the recap, could you
Yes.
put me on, like, Harvey finished, we did an auction piece like a couple of streams ago. It was Spider-Man and the Sinister Six.
Okay.
And Harvey finished it. So
Oh,
10.
right. I remember us talking about that. Let me oh, wow. Look at that.
Oop, wait, there. It's great.
Oh my god.
I'll post it online, but it's 10 pieces, and wow, the collector really scored big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, it's yeah. I love that one. So love
Connected.
that one.
Dang. That was a lot of work. Oh man. Well, okay, so let's go ahead and recap the pieces that didn't sell for anyone who would like to have a look at those. Let me go back through. Let me scroll back up here. So let's see. We had lots. First up was lot 1. That was by Robbie. It was $500 from The Desert Comes a Stranger. And again, 11 by 14 tone paper with this one, and just really, really beautiful image here. And 500 on this one. And let's see, we can go on to the next piece. That was the Sinestro piece that has been was, I believe, on Next Comic Art, and we marked it for sale tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And this was at $375, again 11 by 14 by Robbie. And let's see, next up are those Respriller designs. This was 2 pieces. I believe you said they were 8.5 by 11.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first one. So you get two pieces of art in lot 2 here. Yeah, just highly detailed for character designs, right?
Super.
Just showing them again. First one here. And the second one. Yep. These are, I mean, everybody's used to seeing different character designs, right? Whether it's Toth or whatnot. But yeah, these are pretty well, pretty tight renderings for character designs. Nice work there. Let's see, lot 3 did sell. That was the Cad Bane from Robbie. So we'll take a look at 3A next. That was the Dead Man illustration, and this one was also listed at a sale price tonight, $375 by Robbie. Great use of red. You said you ran out of the red on this one, Robbie, but still used a lot of it on this one. And 11 by 14 as well. And let's see, lot 4 also sold. That was by Harvey. So we're gonna look at let's see, lot 5 is up next. The Doc Ock illustration from Robbie. This one was $350. Again, 11 by 14 on this one. All pencils. The let's see, 5A, the Constantine did sell, as did lot 6. That was one of the Star Wars pages. So we'll go over to lot 7 by Robbie next, and that was the Rogue One illustration. Again on 11 by 14. This one is priced at $600. And great likenesses. Another movie poster layout. Another home run by Robbie. I mean, it's just amazing.
And these are priced more affordable versus Robbie's commission. So grab this opportunity if you're a Rogue One fan.
Sure. Are I'm just curious, are the commission rates on the website, or is that something that people get when they email you?
Oh, they get it when they email, because it really depends on the number of characters.
What they're looking for. Sure.
Yeah.
Nope. Makes perfect sense to me. All right, let's see. 7A is the next one, and this was the Iron Man Tony Stark illustration. Great likenesses, and again, one of my favorite films out of Marvel, that's for sure. This one, lot 7A, is $350. And next up is lot 8. This is
they are signed. Rob, is there an explanation why you don't sign during the scan?
No, actually, I sign after I fix it. So these haven't been fixed yet, so they haven't been signed yet. But that's the only reason, Jeff. Sorry, but I sign everything.
Thank you for answering that, Robbie. And let's see. Next up is lot 8. This was the again, the only published Star Wars page that did not sell. This is page 6 from issue 2, and it was $1,500. Lots of Yoda slicing action on that one. And yep, another great image on that one. So let's see. That was lot 8. Let's go ahead and take a look at lot 9. This was the Hellboy from Robbie. This one was $375. And again, good likeness. And I know that Jiggy had the logo added in there, especially for this one. So again, lot 9, $375.
Gives more value
for this Hellboy. And let's see, 9A. I know it was written as Thwip in the title too. I put Spider-Man illustration. I guess I should have called it Thwip. But again, beautiful color piece by Robbie. This is lot 9A. The price on this one's $450. Yeah, that's a great image there, Robbie. Let's see, lot 10 did sell, so we're going to look at, let's see, the next one is the Like My Father Before Me. This was the one that Robbie set aside for a while and came back to just for this show tonight. Another color commission quality piece on 11 by 14. Price on this one is $700. And again, great likenesses, of course, there. And finally, well, not finally, we got 2 more pieces to look at. This is lot 11A, and this is $600. And Empire Strikes Back imagery, of course. Just, again, a great classic movie poster layout by Robbie on this one. Absolutely love it. And now I can say, last but not least, this is the fantastic colored image that Robbie did of Yoda from probably one of the more important scenes from that flick, and he's drawn the Force in there. Something that I don't know. Do you think would George Lucas approve?
Hellboy is gone though.
Oh,
thank you, Ronald.
Oh, I just saw that one. Sorry, I was on a different tab. All right, thank you very much, Ronald. We all appreciate that, and I'll mark that one as sold as well. So the Hellboy is gone. Thank you very much, Ronald. So yeah, so finally the piece on the screen, as I was saying, is beautiful Yoda in color. And 11 by 14 again on this one, drawn horizontally, so we get the wider and image. And just again, another great image out there. It's $750 for anybody that wants to claim it tonight. And I like I mentioned earlier, anything that doesn't sell, of course, will. Oh, Harvey's left the building. Oh, there he is. Oh, you couldn't see it, Harvey. But yeah, anything that doesn't sell will end up on the site, of course. But again, we appreciate all the claims tonight. congratulations to Harvey and Robbie for the sales tonight. I mean, again, great pickups for all the collectors that tuned in for the show. And I should remind everybody the email address. We don't want you to forget about that. So let me go ahead and pull that back up on the screen. You're going to email Jiggy. His email is nextcomicart@gmail.com. Please let him know the artworks that you picked up, and also include your mailing address when you do that. We just want to make sure that Jiggy's got all the information. He'll get you the invoice out pronto. And again, don't wait till tomorrow. Do it tonight. And that way Jiggy can get these things packed up and shipped out post haste. So
yeah, because I'm meeting Harvey tomorrow for Doctor Strange, and he'll bring in the Star Wars pages.
I mean, I was lost because Mr. Lan Medina, like the one and only, just
Message
messaged me
you?
like he's so happy of the things that we're doing. Like
cool.
he loves the midnight and everything. Like I cannot say no. That's my master. Like so thank you for watching. He's watching now.
The
Shout
Filipino
out to
Eisner Award winner.
Lan Medina for watching
Lemonade
our
is
show.
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, and hopefully he will have the chance to be here in the near future, and that would be great being here. So yeah, thank you. I'm very emotional and the things happening now. Super thank you to Jiggy and Neil and all the support guys. Thank you. I'm sweating. I wanted to cry in front, but
It's okay.
it's just gonna. I feel bad. I feel bad myself. Like I'm emotional. Thank you. Super thank you, all.
It was Harv. I need to tell the story. So we put out during WonderCon some character designs, and Harvey was like, "Oh, I hope." He called to say, "Hopefully, someone gets it." And Harv, I called to say that it was just claimed. Like Harvey was so happy.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'd like to again apologize for my internet, but I'd also like to thank Bill and Harvey and Jiggy. I mean, this was a long show, guys, but it was a great show. And thanks to everyone who showed up. Thanks to everyone who commented and who bought art. This is all that it's about. And Star Wars Day is coming up, so may the Force be with you all.
Well said. And I should also let everybody know too, that because a lot of people do watch this show as a rerun, people in Europe, whatnot, that end up coming in after the fact. For anybody watching the show that saw pieces of art that did not get claimed, feel free to email Jiggy after the show and let him know if there's a piece of art you're interested in.
And Knights of Old, it's at Next Comic Art or at Jiggy Cruz.
So yeah, just always keep that in mind. But again, I sincerely appreciate the fact that Harvey and Robbie and Jiggy took time out from their busy schedules early in the morning on election day to hang out with us and sell art and talk about their careers. And again, both your enthusiasm for your work is very, very clear to me. And so again, I really enjoyed the opportunities that I have to talk with creators about their art and get that artwork out into collectors' hands. And that's what these shows are all about. I really enjoy it. I'm glad that we had some really great pickups tonight. And again, I just appreciate everybody taking the time this evening. So thank you all. And Jiggy, we'll see you again. I should remind everybody too, before we end up things off, that actually Jiggy's doing 2 events with us during Comic Art Live. We are doing the Saturday night art sale at 9 p.m. But several of Jiggy's artists are also participating in a sketch opportunity that we've talked about on the CAF update.
Maybe I think a third of the roster.
Yes, maybe 2/3. I mean, there's a lot, but I think we've got over 50 sketch opportunities now, so that's good. And that's probably right where I'd want us to be. I don't think I'd want it to get any higher than that. But on Friday night at 9 p.m. on May 20th, so the night before Comic Art Live opens to the general public, we're going to have a little sketch session for people who picked up those sketches. Some of the artists who are doing the sketches will be live sketching, and we'll probably do it for a couple hours. Probably last from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. But Jiggy's going to hang out with me while some of the artists are working, and it'll be a fun show for that as well. So won't be too long before we're all back on camera again. And we lost Robbie there, but again, nope, here he's back. It's one of those days, Robbie. One of those days. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. But again, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bill.
And yes, and we'll see you again very, very soon.